I guess a little bit more in a bubble. I came from a bubble because I went to a really like different high school than what Johnson C. Smith is. So I wasn't really comfortable at the beginning, like sharing who I was, what my identity was, and just my narrative in general.
When I first came to JCSU, I was definitely incredibly introverted. I was experiencing a lot of homesickness, and it was honestly a huge culture shock to be here at Smith, to be in Charlotte, to be at an HBCU. And so I feel like I was kind of a bit closed-minded, and I didn't really step out of my comfort zone too much when I first got here.
I was very excited and nervous about coming into a new country and to start a new life. Here at Johnson C. Smith University. I never thought that I would go to college because I always wanted to become a professional soccer player. But I think in life, sometimes things don't work out the way we plan them to. So I decided to go to college because I know that education plays a major role in today's society.
So I first got to Johnson C. Smith University. It was recently, my father just passed, so it was really rough. And with a move for 2,000 miles away, it was really rough as well. So when I first got here, I was very reserved. I was very reserved. I wanted to stay to myself, and a lot of my friends helped me reach out and get involved in clubs and organizations on campus and really get involved within the community and within Smith's community.
When I first got to Johnson C. Smith University, I was very shy, very timid, and I didn't know a lot about the campus at all. I'm from Louisville, Kentucky, so it's not a minority-driven county or state. So when I got here, it was a culture shock for me, but throughout that, I learned a lot about myself, learned about what I wanted to do, and I met great professors, and so it kind of shaped me into the person that I am today.
So both of my parents are actually alumni. So when I came to Smith, it was like coming back home, kind of. I was very welcomed because a lot of my peers, my parents' friends actually work here, or they live in the area, so I was really welcomed. I think I struggled a little bit because I was like, well, they're not around anymore, so I don't have them to go to homecoming with me, but they'll still come and visit, but it was really an eye-opening experience.
When I first arrived here at JCSU, I was a little nervous because this is my first time coming to the campus. I hadn't seen the campus until move-in day. So it was something new. I'm from Rochester, New York, which is a small town, but everything is close together. And Charlotte was just so different. It was big, a lot of land. Everything was so spaced out. So it was just a southern feel, but I thought it was something that I would get accustomed to.
4 years ago, I came here for my brother's graduation, and then I decided why not apply, and I did and got accepted, and I decided to stay. Campus was, it started out fun. It was really fun, and I enjoyed being around campus and the space of everything, and it was a new experience because I was living in Haiti my whole life, and I had to come here and adjust and just hit the ground running with things. It was fun.
I was quiet. I didn't really talk to too many people about my teammates. I kind of stayed in my room. I didn't really go out much, and then until I got my feet wet and started getting to know more people, and it became like family.
I upon moving here, I didn't know anyone. So it was very hard to find a job in my field because no networking. And so one of my biggest obstacles was not having my degree. I had the experience, just did not have the degree. And so I researched the colleges. I actually live very close to UNCC, but wanted to kind of be back at a HBCU. And I heard about Smith at Friendship Baptist and saw their Metropolitan program, and I knew it was the right fit for me.
My son, Brian Hodges, who is now my angel, he was the reason why I came to Charlotte. And then I decided to go into social work, seeing that his population, because he was developmentally delayed and chronically ill, and so that population is definitely one of the populations I wanted to serve. So that I went into the social work field with a passion to help him along with other children and families that are like him. So then once I graduated, I decided to go into the master's program as social work and proceed so I can go ahead and get my license as a clinical social worker.
I wanted to be Miss JCSU because I came in as a sit-like student. For those of you that don't know what a sit-like student is, it's someone that comes in and they don't have the traditional requirements. So I came in as one of those students, and I wanted to be a role model to the other students that came after me, that you could do anything if you put your mind to it. So working up until running to Miss JCSU, I had great mentors. I had to go out and be sociable, so I had to be very personable, meet new people, and just let them know why I wanted to be Miss JCSU and how I could bring great things to this institution as the face.
Since I've been here at JCSU, I've had the time of my life. I've grown so much as a human being, as a leader, as a scholar, everything. So some of the highlights, I would start off with my freshman year when I got the opportunity to intern for U.S. Senator Dean Heller. That was in Las Vegas and on Capitol Hill, so I got to live the whole summer there and have a great time. I've also got the opportunity to be on the Dean's list, the President's list. I've been on SGA all 4 years I've been here, and ended off with being SGA president. So it's been a blast since I've been here, and I've had a great opportunity.
Academics. So I was actually the Political Science Association president for 2 years. I'm vice president now. So I did that. I really enjoyed that as well. I got to be big in political science, like helping out other students with their academia, and also being a catalyst for events on campus, trying to, awaken students about what's happening outside of the walls of Johnson C. Smith, which I think is really important.
Aside from academics, I remember when I first met Jesse Jackson and he came to the school, it was like I wasn't dressed for success that day, but it was just more welcoming and humble. He was really a really nice person. And I also met Brayboy from Friday. I don't know if you know him. He's like, he put people in the chokehold, and he put me in the chokehold, and I actually felt like this is a moment to remember.
My JCSU experience has definitely been a life-changing one. I think that throughout my 4 years here at Smith, I've met so many people that have impacted the way that I view politics, religion, and social issues. I think my professors did an amazing job at introducing me to concepts that I had never thought about before. And I think that the faculty and staff here at Smith really do appreciate and care about each student. And so I think that they've really helped me grow as a person and gain perseverance and resilience.
For me, a lot of times the teachers will be like, Mark, you cannot write like this. And I'm like, okay, I'm thinking in Creole, translating to French, and writing English. And it's just the whole journey of getting it out. And it's definitely a challenge, but then having the teachers' support to be like, okay, submit it 2 weeks early, and that way I can send it back to you, and then you can resubmit and all of that. It's just required just a little extra work, but at the end of the day, it's fun just being around people who want to help, people who appreciate your effort.
Yeah, it's been fun. When I first got here as a little freshman, just trying to get to know the system, trying to get to know my teammates better, and trying to become a better leader throughout the years here. And I would say like my freshman year we struggled a little bit, and not struggled, just learning the game. Sophomore year got a little better, but I was still learning where to pick my spots and learning how to win still. Junior year was a little bit of a setback actually. I didn't win anything with a team didn't win any Southern Division championship. We didn't win a lot of games either. And then senior year, this year, we had a lot of success, won 20 games, Southern Division champions. We got all the way to the championship and lost, but it was a good season this year.
My overall experience was really good here at Johnson C. Smith University. I have met many amazing faculty, staff, and students, and I want to thank them for being there for me throughout the 4 years. Being at Johnson C. Smith University is not just about learning. It is also how the students and the faculty staffs become a family.
I think what makes JCSU so special is that everyone here is like a family. Everyone is very welcoming. Everyone, recognizes that everyone is flawed, but we have something special to contribute. I am a proud Smithite, and I really see my kids going here one day.
I was able to go to one of the radio stations and do an ad for open house for Metropolitan College. Again, I would join the ANSHE, the Association for Non-Traditional Students in Higher Education. I joined that, and what we did were I did a lot of community service work, did social work luncheons, and just a lot of things to help the community.
At first it was scary. I didn't know if I still had what it took to be in the classroom and to do the whole school thing. But once I got in and I met faculty and staff and people that were in the same place as I was, coming back to school after a long time or after life, and we were all in the same boat, and that support just made it doable.
My goal is to play overseas basketball, play overseas anywhere really. Of course, I would love to go to the NBA, and hopefully I get a tryout. But if not, I would love to go overseas and play basketball and continue my career.
I'm going to get my license as a clinical social worker. I will continue to build on my brand as far as an entrepreneur in the food service business. I would love to own my food truck and a deli and eventually a bed and breakfast. Also, as far as the advocacy part of who I am, I do plan on continuing to advocate for the chronically ill and the disabled population at CMC and Levine Children's Hospital.
I could stay here in Charlotte and work with iHeartRadio or iHeartMedia as a digital strategist manager, or I can actually go to Washington, D.C. and study political communications and get my master's degree from American University.
Looking at myself as a person who's willing to help others achieve their dreams, my hope is to return to my country, Ethiopia, one day and share my knowledge and experience that I have gained at Johnson C. Smith University and from my overall educational experience here in the United States.
So I did get accepted into Teach for America. Specifically, my placement will be in Greater Nashville, where I will be doing a 2-year commitment with Teach for America in teaching middle school science and math. So during my time there, I'll get my master's in education and eventually go to graduate school to get my PhD.
What's next for me? I plan on going to University of Michigan, Ann Arbor to obtain my master's degree in sport management, and after that I plan to work in PR with a professional sports team.
I currently work for a nonprofit called Students for Education Reform. I chartered a chapter here at Johnson C. Smith University. Our goal is for student equity, making sure kids get equal education no matter their race, gender, age, or zip code. So that's a really big thing that I'm doing as a lead organizer. But I'm also going to run for the school board in 2020. Yeah, and I'm going to apply to be a policy analyst as soon as I graduate.
Well, after graduation, I actually have a job with Charlotte Latin, which is an independent school here in Charlotte, and I will be teaching 4th grade, and I was accepted through a program that's called Latin Fellows, which is aimed at diversifying its faculty and staff.
I'll be working for a company called Alight Solutions, which is a human resource/finance company. I'll be a client specialist working with big companies such as Spectrum, Duke Energy, Coca-Cola, and just giving them insight on what they should do for their plans for like their employees every year.
I would like to attend a school again for business law. Definitely would like to, as of right now, I already applied for a couple jobs. I got one job that already offers me to start in June 1st. That would be next. I would love to attend graduate school for business law.
But over the last 2.5 years that I've been at Smith, I have fallen in love with this school. And I believe in everything that Smith is doing for our community, that the history of Smith, I believe in it, and I really want to be involved. So I'm planning to either search out opportunities to, work on staff or to be the best alumnus ever in the history of Smith, but I really want to have an impact on what Smith is doing.